Hello everyone. In this video we will see how to find GCD of consecutive pairs, right? So what actually is consecutive pairs? If I show you my screen, you see if you know, let's say we have three elements, right? 12, 15 and 9, right? So consecutive pair would be 12 and 15 is a pair, and we will find the GCD of this pair, and this is 3, let's say, and another pair is 15 and 9. Okay, so 15 and 9 will give us 3 again as a GCD, right? So yesterday we saw a program in which we found uh, GCD and LCM of multiple numbers, right? But that was different. If you give 3 or 4 numbers, and that program was giving us the GCD or LCM of all the numbers, but in here we're just making a pair, right? And for each pair we are taking a separate GCD, guys. Okay, so let's see how this program works, right? So here we have an integer n, and we're saying the user to enter a number, right? So now we're taking input, and now we're taking an array. So in this array we will pass n. Okay, so n is the total number of total elements, right? How many numbers he wants to provide us, and we will take input, and all the inputs will be stored by a for loop, right? So we saw this before yesterday as well, right? So now here we have another for loop. Okay, so before this for loop we are saying GCD of consecutive pairs, right? And here we will run a for loop, and this for loop starts from 0, right? And how many elements it will how many times it will iterate. Okay, so n minus 1 less than n minus 1. So what is less than n minus 1? Okay, so it will not go up to the last element, guys. Okay, so it will stop before the last element. Okay, so we will see how actually this thing work, right? So now we have a printf function here. Okay, so here GCD and these two format specifier makes a pair, guys. Okay, like if we give 12 and 15, so 12 and 15 will be in this inside this bracket, right? And this will be for the result. Okay, so array I means when you consider I 0, so this is 0 elements of 0. So if you provide, let's say, 12, so 12 would be here, and I plus 1, that means 0 plus 1, that means 1. Whatever the element is in the position 1, let's say 15 will be here, and we are calling the function find GCD, right? So now with these two values 12 and 15, it will go to the find GCD, right? So if I show you my document here, so here's the for loop, and these 4 elements we are considering 6, 12, 18 and 24, right? So for the first iteration, for the for loop's first iteration, right? So 6 and 12 is being passed, right? So let's go to the find GCD function. So find GCD is getting 6 as A and 12 as B. Okay, so while loop's first iteration here. Okay, so 12 is B, right? So 12 is not 0, then temp will store B, that means 12, and B stores A modulus B. So A is 6 and modulus B 12, so this gives us 6. Okay, so as 12 cannot divide, 12 doesn't go in 6. Okay, so whole 6 will be remainder, and A 12. Okay, so A stores 12 because A stores temp, right? So this is how it's gonna work, guys. And for the second iteration, B is 6 now. Okay, so 6 is being stored in this temp, and 12 modulus 6 equals 0, and A is 6. So finally we get 6. Okay, for this pair we get 6, right? So now we will go, let's go back to the main function for loop. Okay, So now we will go back to the main functions for loop here, and this whole printf statement, printf statement is will be printed, right? So, and I will be increased by 1, right? So here I will be 1. So what's in one's position, guys? Okay, so in our case 12 is in the one's position, and maybe 15 is 1 plus 1, I plus 1, right? So you see, now for loop will start again, right? 12 and 18, right? So 18 will be the I plus 1. So let's go with the find GCD function again, and this thing, whole thing comes into action again, and finally after 3 iteration we get 6 again. So loop terminates here. So, and this whole thing goes back here, and printf statement is again uh, implemented, right? So printf, this statement is going to be printed again for 12 and 18. Okay, so it will increase again. So when I becomes 3, okay, so 3 is less than 4, okay, sorry, I will, in this case I will be 2, right? In the previous case I was 1, so I will be 2. 2 is less than 4 minus 1, 3. So it will come here. So let's see what's our next element. Okay, so in the third iteration is I 2 less than 3, 18 and 24, right? So let's go to the GCD function again. 18 and 24, for 18 and 24 whole thing will for first iteration, second iteration, and third iteration, same thing will iterate this same functions are working, and same functionalities are working, guys. Okay, let's say when we run this program, let's say 4 elements, right? And enter elements was 6, 12, 18 and 24, right? So you see, for 6 and 12 it's 6, for 12 and 18 it's 6, and for 18 and 24 it's 6. So what your task, guys, you just see the code. Okay, you just see the code, and if you need the code you can comment. Okay, so if you say something in the comment box, then I will provide you the code, but I don't think you need it. So you just can type it on your own and see the output and try to visualize, guys. Okay, so take a pen and paper or an MS Word file like mine, and try to visualize things. Okay, so this was our program today, guys. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video, but practice as much as you can, guys. Okay, see you in the next video. We will repeat these things. Okay, so we did some programs for prime numbers, and we are doing now GCD and LCM. So after finishing this both, okay, so we will repeat these things, okay, as many times as we can, right? Thank you for watching.